I'm not bad-mouthing people that wear t-shirts and half helmets in this weather. Red light thought. Actually, I think I'm just jealous. Well, I'm jealous of them because I know when they're sitting in traffic like this, they're a lot more comfortable than me. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Me and My Shadow. I hope everybody's doing well today. Welcome to a Saturday that's rare. Actually, it's like a cold front, okay? We're like at, I don't know, 80 degrees? So today I am taking advantage of the cooler weather to get a little bit of a ride in and shooting a video. That's right. Riding around, talking in my helmet. Red light thought. If you're sitting in a light for like way too long, can you get like carbon monoxide poisoning from all the exhaust fumes? I wanted to kind of just test out my mirrors, take a little bit more time to get used to them. The new mirrors are a little bit different, but I can see I have just as good of a field of view with these skinnier teardrop shaped mirrors than I did with my round, as a subscriber liked to call them, my Mickey Mouse ears, which cracked me up because he's right, they do kind of look like Mickey Mouse mirrors. But I'm just taking a Saturday morning, family still kind of sleeping in and being lazy. You know, just a day to get out and kind of do what I like to do a little bit. So, how important do you think it is that you get a chance, like once a week, twice a week, whatever, to just unplug? I mean, really, really unplug. Your phone's put in your pocket or shut off. You don't have the TV on. Does it mean, and you just go explore roads? Doesn't matter, I guess. Well, it matters to me. I'd much rather explore roads, because like I've never been down here before, but I'd much rather explore roads on my motorcycle. But you could do it in a car, I guess, right? You could always do it in a car. Look at the ducks or geese. Wow. And do you know that you've been online and plugged in and on the grid way too much? If it really feels like a vacation? Or is it just me because I'm doing what I love to do, motorcycling, and, you know, away from my electronics a little bit. That's why I love this bike. That's why I love the lack of technology. Well, one of the reasons why. The lack of technology, guys. It's almost like, in a way, you get a sense that I gotta go back this way, I think. It's almost like, in a way, you get the sense that you're finally waking up and realizing the world. If that makes sense to you, if that makes any sense at all. Meaning, like your awareness has improved a little bit because your head isn't down, well, stuck in a computer, right? I don't know if that makes any sense at all. Just a random thought, I guess. So some quick tips for riding in the heat. I know I did a video about riding in the heat and some things that you ought to do, but with the heat really upon us now, down here in Texas anyway, and really, honestly, I think pretty much across the land, right? There isn't too many places that are very temperate or very cool right now. Some tips. First one comes to mind is hydration. Staying hydrated. And I think honestly, you know, the rule about, like with me, I drink coffee. So the rule about drinking coffee is, if I know I'm going to go out for a ride and I know it's going to be a hot day, then guess what? I'm probably going to only drink 1 cup of coffee for 2 cups of water. So I always try to put more water in than coffee, because coffee is such a diuretic and it will dehydrate you. I don't know where I'm going here. Let's just keep going down this road. But also, when do you hydrate? I honestly think that it's really important, if you know you're going to go for a ride the next day, to start hydrating that night. Cut down on your alcohol intake the night before if you drink, because that dehydrates you. Cut down on any coffee or tea that you might be drinking, and just drink some water, right? So the next day when you get up, your body's already hydrated. So you've already kind of beaten the battle a little bit. The second thing that comes to mind is gear. Let's talk about your helmet for a minute. There's all different kinds of helmets. There's the half helmet, the modular helmet, and the full face helmet, which I choose to wear. If you saw what has happened to some people in wrecks that don't wear full face helmets, you would understand where this thought process comes from. I mean, I didn't say I had the prettiest face in the world, but I kind of like to keep what I have. But good ventilation. Make sure that the helmet that you pick up is, in my opinion, these 2 things. If you're going to get a full-faced helmet, then make sure that you have great ventilation. I happen to have the Bell Qualifier helmet, and I love this helmet. It's probably one of the best helmets I've ever bought. Number 1, it wasn't super expensive. Number 2, I think it looks pretty good. Number 3, you can change the visors out on this. I have a clear visor in my saddlebag if I choose to put one on if I'm riding at night. But also just the overall ventilation, guys. The wind flow that you get through it is so important. And when you're riding, it's really super hot, crack your helmet. Oh, great. Well, shoot. Crack your helmet. Get that wind flow coming in. It's important, it'll cool you off. How about the clothing you wear? You see a lot of people in Texas that will be suited up very, very strongly for... That was a nice move. Thank you, sir. God, people. Suited up for the winter time, for the cooler temps, but like this gentleman right in front of me here, he's not even wearing any protective clothing. And that's the thing. The bigger the bike, the more I notice people that have touring bikes and bigger fairings and stuff like that around them tend to wear less protective gear. Or maybe that's just me being safety Sally, I don't know. But in my opinion, in hot weather, you should be wearing a good mesh jacket with plenty of airflow through it and plenty of armor. And if you don't want to wear a mesh jacket, that's fine. They also sell those shirts that you can wear, like the plaid shirts that are cool. They're a mesh as well, and they have armor as well. So wear some armor, because guys, you just never know, man. You just never know when someone's going to pull out in front of you, cut you off, all those things. So hydrate, helmet, clothing, and just be smart. Take breaks. If you start getting too hot, stop and get a drink, man. Get a drink of water. Find a shady spot. Take frequent breaks. This isn't any kind of a marathon race, especially in the heat. The only marathon you have is to kind of make it home without dying, right? Typically the temperatures here in my neck of the woods, in Texas, are about 105, 108 every day from late June into probably the early part of September, and then we start cooling down to about the 80s or 90s until November, October-ish, and then we're in late October, early November, we start getting, where it's decently chilly out, drop down to 40s, 50s, things like that. So in Texas, if you ride a motorcycle, or really anywhere, it's super hot, which is, according to my latest weather report, most of the world, or most of the country right now. You learn what works for you. Ride smart. Stay hydrated. I know it's hot, but wear your safety gear. I've said it before, I'll say it again. What would you rather do? Go home and take a shower and wipe the sweat off? Or go to the emergency room and have them wipe the blood off? I'm not bad-mouthing people that wear t-shirts and half helmets in this weather. Red light thought. Actually, I think I'm just jealous. I'm jealous of them because I know when they're sitting in traffic like this, they're a lot more comfortable than me. However, how jealous would I be after the accident? Here is the bane of my existence. Roundabouts. Guys, I hate them. I absolutely hate them. Why do I hate them? Because 9 times out of 10 people aren't watching on a roundabout. I get the concept of the roundabout. I get that the traffic flows more. I understand that. But people aren't watching, man. Anyway, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming along for this little ride today. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your weekend. My world's fixing to change. Starting Monday, I will be doing orientation for substitute teaching, and I'm going to start phasing out the lawn care side of things and more focus on teaching. So things are about to get real interesting in Tim's world. But one thing that will always remain the same is riding these bikes, man. I want to thank everybody that has subscribed to the channel. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for, man? It's no problem. Doesn't cost you anything. Just click the subscribe button. Also, if you're so interested, you may be able to click the notification bell. That will notify you whenever I upload new videos. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Be safe out there. Like I always say, it doesn't really matter what you ride. What matters is that you ride. This is Tim with me and my shadow. Everybody have a great rest of your day.